I'm born Miss Korea. Want me to review The Great Gatsby? Starring Leonardo DiCaprio? Okay. Yay, I made the other video because I was really bored and tired. I'm still really bored and tired, but I can think of what to do now. So anyway, the movie is about this guy called The Great Gatsby, and his friend is in a therapist session because the twist is at the end that Gatsby dies by some mystery person. And that mystery is never explained. He just gets shot by some sort of random mystery person that we don't know. Never explored anyway. So he becomes friends with this guy called Gatsby after celebrating with his cousins and kind of boning them. Bow chicka wow wow.
Oh my god.
What, do you want me to tell you what Lydia sounds like when she has a...
Okay.
Or daddy?
Enough.
Daddy sounds like the exhausted person has sound like he is going to have a heart attack when he's sex. How's that?
Great.
It literally sounds like you're beating a dead horse. Hey, I'm going to offend someone, and it's going to be the ones I love. How's that?
Great.
Look at Daddy, he's so happy. Say hi, Daddy.
Hello. Hi, Daddy.
Daddy's confused. He's on antipsychotics. Now, anyway, so after Maguire possibly having sex with his cousin, his really hot, attractive cousin called Daisy, they had a slumber party. Him and his friends had a slumber party, and Daisy's boyfriend invited him in. Kind of freaky, if you know what I mean. Let's dance, Daddy. Dance, Daddy.
Oh, I'm too tired.
Dance, monkey, or I'll throw this box at you. Monkey, forward.
Oh, I love you, but go rest, Daddy.
Then dance.
I'm too tired of the dance shit. Come on.
Fine.
My head hurts.
So we have a funny hat.
Where?
That pillowcase.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. How's that? How's that?
Good. I'm making Daddy use stupid things to keep me amused. It's very hot out, Miss Comia. It feels like it's 90 out. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
We went to the movies yesterday and saw Homecoming. I mean, Far From Home. So anyway, after Daisy and Maguire and her friends and her girlfriends and her boyfriend do each other, at this party he gets invited to, he meets Gatsby after talking shit about how much of a douchebag he is. And Leonardo DiCaprio feels like he's been a terrible host, and he explains how he is Gatsby, and a bunch of fireworks go off while he's doing a toast to this to pie. We see little pieces of Gatsby. Before we see his face, we see his ring and several things. And anyway, that's when the movie really kicks off. Because the chemistry, what does chemistry mean?
How well they get along.
Okay.
Work together.
The chemistry between Gatsby and Maguire, I don't remember what his name is. It is fantastic, and one of the more it's kind of the thing that makes this movie so interesting to watch and charming to watch. And it's one of the number one things that doesn't really keep this movie from slowing down. And when they meet each other, it happens fairly early on, but not too early on. That way you can get to know Maguire's character and his life. And so he calls his Gatsby calls his friend Old Sport, and he explains how he was in the war with no money and then somehow got rich all of a sudden. Oh, and that racist comment that I sent in the last year, that's not to black people, that's only to Marvel black people, because they're dicks. Heads. Dickheads, right. They have that disease when they actually growing a tumor on the forehead, and then eventually that tumor is the shape of a cock. What do you think of this? The only side effect that it has, two side effects, is it has two side effects. Well, three actually. Three. I get 3, 2, 3 mixed up because I haven't slept enough. How's much going to take this? How's the internet's going to take this if I ever get big? Do you still going to believe me that I haven't slept enough? Now, there are 3 side effects. One, it does not urinate, and you can't get any man juice out of it. Not even if you suck it. Suck it. And another thing it can't do, it can't kill ya. But you will die eventually from natural causes and many other horrifying disease. But, or unless you're into finding that kind of stuff sexy, then it's a good thing. Even if the sex killed you. Where am I going with this anyway? Am I falling off track here? So Gatsby the next day talks to his friend and his friend knows that there's something off with him, and that his friend was this underground bar, and where they drink, and back then at that time the alcohol was more expensive and cheaper but stronger. I hear that's what the trail said. Anyway, sorry about the whole falling off track. I'm still trying to remember what my original personality is like. So I'm kind of going through random selections. Does that make sense? Hasn't was going to be able to take that. So in the meantime, I'm trying to invent a temporary personality that's at least similar to my original one. Does that make sense? How do you think she's going to take that? Why?
Because it's so much to absorb. I keep telling you that. Okay?
Well, what's it? What? It doesn't sound computer-ish, does it?
No, but I didn't say horrified. I just said...
What? Does it sound like a computer? Is that what you want to say?
Maybe.
And that's another thing what I've been doing for, well, 10 years, and I just basically been saying random stuff and mimicking emotions for movies and TV shows. Because I couldn't remember what word is what. I was out with this without thinking of a movie reference. So, how do you think which one is going to take that part? Remember I explained that to you? Yeah. Is you going to find that scary? Mm-hmm. And look at my room. So anyway, after that scene, he noticed that there's something really off with Gatsby, with his character. There's something, so he's not really sure he can trust him, but he bonds with him anyway. And he helps Gatsby try to get this girl back that was his girlfriend back in the day, called Daisy, which is his cousin. Not Gatsby's cousin, McGuire's husband. And anyway, and you know when I actually did that mustache thing, when I was tripping, I was basically trying to say Marvel fans are like Nazis, and that was my mustache of Hitler. I think she's going to take that.
Oh, wow.
I didn't do that Hitler impersonation.
What?
Because I already have done it.
Oh, great.
Remember you saw that when I was having the mental breakdown? Mm-hmm. Oh, Marvel. That's a Nazi reference. Get it? Kill Marvel. 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 So anyway, now he gets the girl Daisy to come to his house. And he's freaking out. McGuire just calms Gatsby down and says she's embarrassed too and nervous. And Gatsby doesn't see why, because she's this beautiful girl and awesome. So so they meet each other and they're really nervous and stuff. It's like love at first second sight. Dad, I need you to move now. I need to charge the phone. It's at 15%. So anyway, They're very nervous and they become buds again. After reunite with his girlfriend, they start hanging out together, and the boyfriend of Daisy starts hanging out with Gatsby, and eventually he tells him the truth, and the boyfriend realizes he's completely out of his mind. And kind of like how I just realized he's crazy. That she chose her boyfriend because she was filling the empty hole of missing her Gatsby. And a Gatsby went to war because he wasn't rich, and he went to war to become rich and famous. That's completely stupid when I say it out loud. So anyway, Gatsby loses his temper, and after that, Daisy's horrified, and he goes off, and Gatsby talks to his friend, old sport, McGuire, and he explains he can't repeat the past, and Gatsby's in denial about it. And after they have a long talk and conversation, he says to Gatsby he's 1,000,001. This warms Gatsby's heart, and he goes to swim in the pool that he hasn't used all summer and no one else has. And after he swims in the pool a bit, he gets shot and dies. No one comes to his funeral except McGuire, and McGuire realized no one else really cared about Gatsby. And no one else cared about really truly cared about Gatsby except him, who often referred to him as Old Sport. And he writes a book called The Great Gatsby to have the world, so the world will never forget about how great his friend was and how shitty everyone else was. Of course, if they really read that book in detail and really analyzed it, they realized Gatsby is kind of a wacko. And his plan to get Daisy back makes absolutely no damn sense. But that being all said, what was that?
What?
Something fell. I thought it looked like a rat.
A rat?
Yeah, it fell off the bed. Was it the comforter?
Oh, it must have been.
It looked like a rat from where I was standing. But that being said, now, and that's the end of the movie. That being said, the movie doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The characters are charming enough and likable. Wait, charming means likable, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, charming enough for you to overlook the flaws that the movie seriously has. So like The Dark Knight, but a little better, in my opinion. But not as fun to watch because it doesn't have Batman. So, Gatsby is a sums up of a good time. And I really like this film. I have the Blu-rays of it somewhere. And, yeah, that's my review. What do you thought about that?
Awesome.
Bye, Mr. Cormier.